Welcome back to another Train Your Waist Thin video, and we're going to be looking at 3 core exercises you're probably not doing but could be, starting with the suitcase carry. This exercise focuses on your obliques, your serratus and general good core posture and tension. So you're going to be looking at holding a weight on one side of the body and then leveling the shoulders out by contracting the opposite side of your core. So crunching down so that you can see the shoulders are nice and level. This is putting tension on the opposite side of the body from where the weight is. From the other side, you can see here that my glutes are held nice and tight. I'm holding a partial vacuum in my lower abs. Chest up and shoulders retracted with the scapula. So engaging the opposite side to the weight of the core, keeping my glutes in, lower abs pulled tight, and I'm concentrating here on maintaining my chest elevation, shoulders being held back, and tension in my core at all times. I'm not trying to take large steps, I'm walking comfortably, but again, the concentration here is about the core. The movement is what's making you work, but the concentration is on the core. You want to do around about 5 sets, which means 10 walks in total, keeping a nice consistent pace throughout, and you'll really feel this one dig in. Next up, hanging crunches. This is a great one for if you have any hip flexor issues or tight hip flexors, or if you have a leading side. What you're going to do here is hang your body weight. You're going to then pull your lower stomach in as if you're going to do a vacuum, and then you're going to pull and lift your hips up using the stomach muscles. Here you see me vacuum and then pull through. What I'm not doing is kicking my hips back. I'm pulling them up and through with the abs. This takes a little bit getting used to. You need to not engage the traps and think about doing a crunch, but instead of your upper body coming forward, your lower body comes backwards. So you're still crunching down on the core in its entirety. What you want to avoid is throwing the hips back, like I'll show you here in slow motion. You'll see the lower back arch and I'm just kicking the hips back. This isn't engaging any of the core whatsoever. What we want to be doing is crunching down on the abs. Again, if you struggle with this due to the shoulders or not being able to hold your body up, you can do this with your elbows on the pads. As long as you're elevated and hanging in the air, it's all about crunching down on the abs and holding the contraction. Moving on to plank and variations. So we're going to look at creating tension through rocking of the body. In the previous video that will be linked at the end of this one, I showed you the standard plank, and we're going to take that and we're going to create a new variant. So edging my elbows further forward than would be on a normal plank, I'm going to rock my weight forward onto my toes so that my elbows are in line with my shoulder, and all my weight is now pushing forward from my feet towards my elbows. From this position, I can then rock backwards, which creates a new angle at the elbow and shoulder. Rocking backwards puts more tension on the core due to this new angle we create at the elbow to the shoulder. More tension on the core means a harder movement. Rocking backwards and forwards, you are actively creating an increased load on the midsection. The trick again is to not let the weight go onto the knees and the shoulders. So from rocking tension to walking tension, and this is walking with the elbows. So starting with the standard plank, you're going to hold it for 10 seconds, pulling your abs in up towards your lower back. You're then going to walk out a couple of inches with the elbows, hold for a further 10 seconds, again maintaining the load on the abs as you walk it out for a third and final time at maximum tension, maintaining all that load on the abs for a further 10 seconds. Then if this doesn't have you shaking like a pooping dog, you can then walk it back to the secondary position, hold for a further 10 seconds before walking back for a final time for another further 10-second hold. So you've got 50 seconds in total, and you can walk it back or hold it for an extra 10 seconds again in the same position to create a 60-second hold. Last but not least, we can introduce a stability ball. So position your elbows as you see here. You can keep your hands apart as shown like this, or if you do struggle with a little bit of stability when you're new to this, you can link your hands together and this will help you with a little bit more increased stability, but makes you work a little less hard. So setting your posture, you want to bring your weight up onto the abs. Again, relax the knees, keep the elbows in line with the shoulders, pull your lower abs in, let the knees sag just a touch, and then from there you're going to roll the ball away. And this again creates that angle from elbow to shoulder, creating more tension on the abs as we discussed before. What's hugely important is to avoid loading the weight on the knees and the traps and shoulders. So many people load those 2 points and are actually taking away from the abs and not really working. From here, elbow position can be adjusted to increase difficulty. So putting the elbows closer to you, further towards the edge of the ball, you'll see the difference here from the starter position that I showed to the new one I'm about to show. This creates more tension on the abs because as you roll out, there is less support under the elbow and the tricep, which makes you have to support more of the load on the core. Again, try and keep your butt down, let the knees relax, relax your shoulders and traps, and pull your abs actively up and in towards your lower back. If that's not enough, we can make it even harder by adding in a rotational movement with the arms. So maintaining the same posture I just showed before, but as opposed to just rolling straight out, you're going to roll out in a 360-degree motion. This requires maximum core stability and should only be attempted once you've mastered all of the other movements correctly. Okay guys, so there you have it. 3 very easy ways to help improve your core, improve your posture, and improve your mind to muscle connection to that abdominal region. A lot of exercises that people do, they tend to think that just going through the motions is activating the muscles. What we're looking for here is control over the muscle, and all 3 of these exercises dominate that single factor. In regard to the vacuum challenge, a little bit of an update. So I got taken away to New York and a couple of things happened and I let you guys down. I stopped doing them. I know you guys didn't, but I did and I feel bad about it. So 2 things are going to happen. 1, I want you to go onto Twitter and I want you to put your before and your after results in a mesh together picture. You can use something like PhotoGrid to do that. And I want you to send them to me with the hashtag vacuum challenge. I'm going to take a halfway point, 1, 2, and 3 winners from that point, but we're going to extend the entire competition into the new year. I thought what better way to drive us forward through the Christmas season to stay dedicated than have a longer challenge. 1, it's going to keep us focused through the season ahead, which is going to be full of treats and temptation. 2, those of you that will have done the entire 8 or maybe it'll be 9 weeks by the time we're done, will have been able to see real, genuine, long-lasting change. And I think that is going to be so much better than just stopping the competition now after 4 weeks when you might just think, ha, done that. I want you guys to really dig this in, and by the time you finish doing it for 8 or 9 weeks, this will just become a habit, it will become part of your routine, part of your day, and you will keep everything that you've learned and gained from this. So, Twitter, @LexFitness, your photos in a mesh, the before and the after, and the hashtag vacuum challenge. So for those of you that have been doing it for the first 4 weeks, send them in. For those of you that came late and were asking is it too late to join, this is another reason to extend the competition. It is not. Get involved now, and January the 1st will be the end date for submissions. So the first day of 2017, you will be putting something positive out into the world as a result of something that you have accomplished. That's everything for now. This is part 2 over. Part 3 will be coming, and I'll be extending this series as long as I can. Train Your Waist Slim series to keep us on track, keep us progressing, and help us develop a stronger, better, sexy core. Lex out. I am back.